Okay, y'all, what's up? I am outside today. It is such a beautiful day. I'm out here in Brookhaven, and I found this coffee shop. It's called The House, I think. I don't know, but it's in a office plaza situation, some condos across the street. It's just a very well-developed little area, and there's pickleball courts. I'm so tempted to go over there and play pickleball, but I got on sandals and I don't want to break my ankles. So there's that. But I wanted to tell you guys this really embarrassing story, but I felt like it was very relevant. So, anywho, I play tennis. And for those of you that play tennis and may have struggled with this problem, I lost a toenail. On my big toe. So I was telling a friend earlier, I was like, it'll be a closed toe summer for me. So it's my left toe, my left big toe. I'll give you guys this very sexy visual. So I'm playing tennis and I jammed the toenail, right? And it created like a bruise, it was badly bruised. It hurt really badly. And it turned all dark because there was blood pooled underneath the toenail and all that sexy stuff, right? And so at the time, my toenails were painted, and I really procrastinated taking this toenail polish off because I knew what was underneath that toenail underneath that polish was gonna be pretty bad. So I finally take the toenail polish off, and sure enough, the toenail is looking real bad. It's like super dark. I mean, it's looking unhealthy. And I can tell the toenail is going to fall off. It's gonna fall off because it's like kind of detached at the bed. I know this is gross. I know it's gross, guys, but just bear with me, right? So this is where it's April. I think it's April 25th. No, it's the 23rd. It's April 23rd. So this might have happened in like January. So it's been a long time. This toenail has been looking real bad. And so I finally, so I'm looking at this toenail every day and I'm like, when is it gonna fall off? When is it gonna finally just detach and I can restart my toenail growth process, my toenail growth journey? When is it going to just fall off? And this thing is hanging on strong. Okay, the toenail is not going anywhere. So I remember I took the polish off of it, so I'm just looking at it every day, and it looks so bad. It looks so gross. It's all black and dark and terrible looking and sad. And I'm just looking at it every day and I'm just like, it looks so bad, it looks so gross. When is it gonna fall off? It's not gonna fall off. So finally, I got so tired of looking at this toenail, I was like, I'm just gonna paint it. It's getting nice outside. I wanna wear my sandals. Nobody needs to know that this toenail is dysfunctional. I'm gonna paint it. And that's what I did. I painted it green. It's more like a teal. So I painted it teal. I gave myself a pedicure, and I didn't want to go to a shop because I was ashamed that they were going to judge me because of the state of my toenail. So I gave myself an at-home pedicure, and I, buffed it and treated it just like all the other toenails, and made it feel good about itself, and polished over it and gave it a nice little color, and I was right back in my sandals. So this was about 2 weeks ago, and ever since I painted that toenail, I've been feeling good about it. I'm like, look at that little toenail, out here thriving with the rest of the toes outside, and ever since I painted that toenail green, it's really lifted my spirits and made me feel good about my toes for the springtime, summertime. And this morning I was looking at the toenail because I'm always checking it to see like when is it gonna fall off. And it's crazy because I promise y'all, this toenail has been holding on strong. I was starting to get concerned, and I was thinking I needed to take it to the go to the doctor and see like, can you pull it off, because it's not coming off on its own. And it's funny because last night I was talking to a friend and I told them about my toenail, and then I was very vulnerable and showed them the toenail, and he was like, ew. I literally took my closed-toe shoes off and showed him my nasty toenail. And so anyway, we had a good laugh about it. It was a group of friends. We all had a good laugh about it. And this morning I got up, and guess who decided to exit stage left? My toenail. And so it decided, it literally just like popped off. I was like, oh. It was not painful. It was not, it just popped off. And I know you guys are probably wondering, why is this girl talking about her daggone toenail? This is disgusting. It's gross. But I promise you, there's a reason for this story. And this is very vulnerable for me, right? Like me talking about my toenail like this. I know y'all are judging me. I can hear it through the phone. But I can relate that experience with the experience that I see a lot of times with students that come to Spice, or students that are considering coming to Spice. We have lives that are damaged, you know, whether we're going through a divorce, whether we're dealing with a breakup, whether we're dealing with some other type of trauma, and we feel bruised, you know, as a whole, we feel bruised. And not only do we feel bruised, we look bruised. We've gained weight. We don't recognize ourselves anymore emotionally, spiritually, physically. We don't really like what we see in the mirror. And for a long time, we take on that identity, right? We take on, you know, we see that picture of who we are, and it's like, this is just who I am. This is, and I'm not gonna care for myself. Remember when I told you, I finally took that polish off that toenail, and for at least 2 or 3 months, I did nothing to it but look at it with disdain, you know, like, ugh. And I didn't want to expose it to other people, somebody who could have actually cared for my toenail, because I was ashamed of what it looked like, and that people were gonna judge me, and people were gonna say, ew, gross, get that out of here. And sometimes we have a tendency to do that to ourselves when we are bruised and we don't feel like we're living up to our best selves, and we're not, you know, being who we think we're supposed to be, right? And so I finally got, not tired, but I was like, I'm not just gonna let this toenail look like this, you know, because now all the other 9 toes are suffering because of this one toe. So I decided to give it some care and paint it. And the care and the painting I associate with coming to Spice. You are at home, you're isolating yourselves from your friends, from your family. You're not doing anything fun. You're not doing anything that enriches your soul, that enriches your body, that adds some spice, literally spice to your life. You're doing nothing but sitting at home and wallowing and just focusing on, ew, look at how ugly this is. And when you finally decide, you know what, I'm going to paint this thing. I'm gonna add something nice to my life. I'm actually going to do something that brings me joy. Now you're able to look, you have now created a new image of yourself. Before I painted the toenail, it was just some ugly, battered, bruised toenail. But when I painted it, it was cute. I filed it down, and nobody knew. Nobody knew what was on the other side of that thing, and nobody needs to know what's on the other side of that thing. You know what's on the other side of that thing, but you still deserve to be beautiful. You still deserve to feel good. You still deserve to feel sexy. You still deserve to be cared for. Even if other people are gonna judge it and mistreat it and all that other stuff, you deserve to do that for you. And so when I painted that toenail, that was me giving to it, caring for it. And every day now, instead of me looking at that toenail and being like, ugh, I'm looking at that toenail like, girl, you better work. You better work, sis. With your detached self, half detached self. And last night it was so funny. I'm joking around with a group of friends. I'm like, ha ha, look at my toenail, hee hee ha ha, you know. But it was light. It wasn't like, ew, you know, it was funny, like, girl. You know, we had a good laugh about it. And then today it popped off. And now I can restart my healing journey. Like, now my toenail can grow back in, like, you know, it's starting new. It's starting fresh. So I hope this makes sense. I hope it lands for somebody. It's kind of silly, but I just thought that was so interesting that our journeys, our life journeys, are very similar to that toenail journey. You know, stop isolating yourself. Stop thinking that you're not good enough. Stop treating yourself like you don't deserve happiness and pleasure and joy and spice in your life because of whatever that happened to you. You deserve to be happy. I don't care if you haven't reached your goals. I don't care if you're still working on your body. I don't care if you're old. I don't care if you're too young. I don't care if you feel like you haven't achieved a certain level of success for you to actually do something fun in your life. Guys, it's 2025. We gotta stop missing that. We need to start adding more pleasure to our lives, more fun to our lives. We have to, and you have a right to. And so, like I said, I've been wanting this toenail to fall off for months, and it did not fall off, and I was not able to start the true healing journey of my toenail until I painted it, had some fun with it, was able to laugh about it and say, man, I'm, you know, whatever, it's doing what it's doing, but I'm still gonna take care of it. I'm still gonna pop my toes out and give it some sunshine. I'm giving it some sunshine today. I would show y'all, but that's a little bit too much. If I see you in the studio, you'll see it. So, but anyway, thank you for listening to my very silly story. But it is true, and I hope it lands for somebody, and please share it. All right, y'all. Bye.